Welcome to my YouTube channel, Advocates for Justice Paralegal Service. My name's Guy Neighbors, and I've been operating our paralegal service now for about 6 years or so, specializing in foreclosure defense, third-party debt collections, and a lot more. Today, we're going to discuss a question that I'm asked a lot by people who don't join my program. And that question is, how many lawsuits have we won? The answer to that question would depend on what you consider a win. It could take months or even years to settle a lawsuit. So the most important goal is to stay in your house. So you need to have the right strategy in place at the beginning, or you could end up months or years down the road filing your lawsuit, and not be in your house. But before we get into all of that, I want to leave some tips and that'll help people be more effective when they invest in my foreclosure defense program. Okay, so first, please read the instructions on the last page of the wrongful foreclosure lawsuit before you call in for support. This will give you an idea of where you're headed and maybe some questions that you could ask about the path that you're going to be proceeding down. Okay, the second thing is to review the documents in the package, the document titles. So when we speak on the phone, you'll have a better understanding of which documents I'm referencing when I say the motion to strike or the document for sanctions against the attorneys. So it'll make it a lot easier in our conversation if you've looked over those documents and kind of have some kind of idea of the title of those documents. And the third thing is, don't freak out when you unzip the file and find out there's 7 or 9 documents in the package. In the judicial foreclosure package, I think there's like 7 or 8 documents. In the non-judicial foreclosure package, there's 9 documents. So my lawsuit packages are structured to provide you with the legal documents you need to manage a foreclosure from the beginning to the end. So you have documents to handle the foreclosure, you got the TRO, you got motion for sanctions against the attorneys for filing this without checking like they're supposed to, you got a motion to strike, you got everything you need in there. You also have documents for the eviction process. Now, don't worry about all those unless you're in the eviction process. If you're not in the eviction process, then don't worry about those. The reason we do it this way is because it was very hard for me to remember what documents people were sent out. So if you buy the package, you'll get all the documents, and then we'll coach you on when you need to have, each documents or each set of documents filed to protect your property. So don't freak out when you open up and see a whole bunch of documents, okay? Remember, we're gonna go through this process one step at a time, okay? So one step at a time. So don't freak out and worrying about having to keep up with all those documents, because one at a time, that's all you can file in court, that's all you can handle. The first 2 documents are the lawsuit and the TRO. Those are the first 2 documents that most people need to focus on, even if you bought the judicial package or the non-judicial package, those are the first 2 documents you'll be focusing on. The rest of the documents, it'll depend on the status of the posture of your situation, where you're at in it or not, if you need the other documents. And we'll be discussing that when we have our strategy, when we have our support call, after you check out the documents. Now, what I suggest is that you read the document a couple of times and highlight the areas that you have questions on, okay? This will allow me to, allow us to get on the phone and manage our time wise. And we'll only talk about the areas that you highlighted, for the questions, to make sure that when you do sit down to put the document together and personalize it, you understand everything. It's a lot easier to do it this way than it is to personalize the document and then with all these questions and then call me and want to send it over for me to take a look at. I don't have the time to take a look at everybody's documents. So it's better for us to get on the phone or email back and forth our questions before you perfect the document, so that when you're done, you'll have what you need, okay, instead of having to go back and change things. Because in most people's situation, time is something that you don't have a lot of when you're trying to get this process done. So the one thing I wanted to say, if you can relate to anything that I mentioned or agree with my strategies, please hit the red subscribe button down below, like and share. It helps others see the value in my videos, and that helps me a lot. So let's get back to the question that most people ask. Most people want to know, well, a lot of people, most people come and they already are at the end of the rope and have no other options. And after going through what they've been through with the attorneys, they understand that my process has value in it, and that the things that I'm teaching them, the attorney already know and just didn't share with them. So, but there are some people who want to know how many lawsuits we won. Now, the answer to this question depends on what you consider a win. And my goal is to teach you how to block the eviction process and get your wrongful foreclosure lawsuit filed in federal court. Okay, that's my goal. Winning and or settling a lawsuit will be something that you're going to have to manage later. Keep in mind, the main goal of my strategy is to keep your family in your home. We teach you how to do this by creating your title dispute on the record that you need to block the eviction process should you end up there, okay? And keep in mind, these attorneys all work together. We had to put this process together with a goal of blocking the eviction process because the courts were working together to stall the lawsuit until the eviction process was perfected and people were kicked out of the house. So we had to figure out a way to stop that, and we did. So that's my goal for helping you, is to teach you how to block the eviction process, get your wrongful foreclosure on the court record, and your foot in the door. Okay, that's my goal. I want to make sure that you're still in your house pending litigation. Okay, so people have to know that this lawsuit process takes a little bit of time. The best thing to do is have a strategy involved that will allow you to stay in your house while you're fighting. Okay, in my opinion, that's the most important goal, not winning. Okay, the most important goal is to stay in your house while you're fighting. Okay, statistics show 90% of foreclosures, wrongful foreclosure lawsuits filed against a lender never make it to trial. They're either dismissed or they're settled. So if you use the right strategy, okay, your family should still be in your house during the litigation of the lawsuit, and that's my goal. The win-loss record is not a fair evaluation of my foreclosure defense program because my unconventional program is only 6 or 7 months old. Okay, I put this together, trial and error. We're going to do the school of hard knocks, and it's only been around for 6 or 7 months. So that's not long enough to get a lawsuit win. Most people know that when you file a lawsuit, it takes months or even sometimes years, depending on how long they want to stall. That's a good word that we need to talk about next, because once you get your stuff perfected and you get past all their BS to try to kick you out of court and do all this stuff, okay, now they have to make a decision. And most of the time they start stalling, which is fine with me because the whole time they're doing this, you're still in your home, okay? Keep that in mind. I have 69 5-star Google reviews. And these folks are all still in their home. Everyone's still working on the lawsuit, but they're still in their home. And my job is not to do the lawsuit for you, but to get you in place with the lawsuit and to make sure that you're still in your home. So that's what I agree to do. So when people ask me, how many lawsuits have we won? And the first thing I let them know is that the most important thing is not to win the lawsuit, but to make sure you are still in your home, right? Okay. You're keeping up with me. Some people choose to file bankruptcy a bunch of times. That's foreclosure defense. this strategy, in this strategy, the homeowner has no control. And most people in bankruptcy refer to the trustees. Well, the trustee is the attorney trustee, okay? And if you have an attorney involved or in charge, okay, you have no control. And I tell you right now, that is not the way I'd want to go, because at any time they can throw you under the bus like they usually do. People need to stop wasting time when what they're doing offers no relief, okay? I really cringe when that's the first thing people come out of their mouth. Okay, how many have you won? Okay, I'm thinking you're about to get evicted. What other options do you have? You know, the options that you're using are not working. So my number one question, I think, would be, how can we make this work for me, as opposed to how many have we won? Because most people need to get this rolling so that they can not be kicked out of their house. Okay. If you're ready to start wasting time, head over to my website, make your investment, review the documents, okay? Highlight the areas that you have questions on, and then get on the phone for a support session. If you don't understand the strategy, we can help you with that. That's what we do. So if you guys are ready to make this happen and step up to the plate, okay, get on the phone. You can even just call me, Coach Neighbors. Okay, call Coach Neighbors, 913-240-0227. Advocates for Justice Paralegal Service. We are different, and we prove it. Thank you. Have a great day.